past lives. And what happens to the soul and the spirit after you die? Well, we've got Rachel, the psychic, back to tell us. So welcome back to the Brac Shop. And this is the portal to the paranormal, the spiritual, and the unexplained. And I'm Tom from the shop, so welcome. We've all wondered what happens when we die, or when we pass over, or transition, as is becoming to be the new term these days. What do you think? What do you think happens? Well, you may have caught some of our previous interviews with Rachel. Rachel is a psychic and a Reiki master. Now, she's a psychic, so she can read the tarot cards and palmistry, that sort of thing. And she's also a Reiki master. Now, Reiki is Japanese healing with energies. Now, don't forget, if you like this episode, please press the like button and tell your friends and share it. If it's your first time, welcome. Please press the subscribe button and the alarm bell with the notification so you won't miss out on our next episodes. So let's cross to Rachel, and she's going to tell us what happens with the soul or the spirit once we transition. So there are different levels after you pass on, you could say, because I believe you pass on and then you stay around somewhere and then you get reborn again, or if you didn't want to do that, you begin to be like a spirit guide, so to speak, and then you move up again. Okay.
Yes. So what happens is when you pass away, there are three facets. There's the body, the soul, and the spirit. Okay, so the body is obviously disposed of, that's no good anymore. The soul and the spirit goes over to the other side, or the spirit world, or some people call it heaven. It doesn't really matter what you call it. And the soul and the spirit then splits. The soul is reborn as many times as is necessary, but the spirit stays in the spirit world. But the spirit then has to learn how to guide people, and they do that as many times as they need to, and then they move on to a higher guide.
Right, so let me get this straight. So the soul and the spirit, in your terms, are actually separate. They're not.
They separate on passing. Yes.
But where is my consciousness if, let's say, I passed over today? Where's my consciousness, with my soul or with my spirit?
With your soul.
Okay. And what happens to my spirit? That goes back down to earth.
No, your spirit stays in the spirit world, and that your spirit then learns to guide people eventually. After 15 to 20 years, your spirit can then come back and guide. That's not to say it can't come back beforehand, but it can't really guide until you've been passed over approximately 15-20 years. The soul is reborn within 2 to 15 years, and then obviously you can go back into the same family and be reborn over and over again, or you can go to a different family. The term the black sheep of the family tends to come from those people that have chosen to be born into a different family, a different soul family, and that's when they feel left out and not really part of their family, and then they are known as the black sheep of the family because they've chosen this new soul family, but they don't really link in with them.
Okay, so I'm a bit confused about the soul and the spirit. So if my soul gets reborn, my spirit's not actually with me then. My spirit is somewhere else, so to speak.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Your spirit remains in the spirit world. Okay, your soul is reborn and then takes on a different spirit, a different person, if you like.
So you could say the spirit is the personality.
Yes, yeah, you could do. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so one soul could have quite a few spirits, so to speak.
Yes, yeah. Depends how many times you choose to be born, because you do have a choice who to be born to. You pick your parents.
Okay.
For whatever reason, good or bad, for whatever reason. It's the lessons that you need to learn in life which determines which soul family you are then born into again and again.
So basically you could say we have one soul but many spirits, because up through each reincarnation we
Yeah, I
develop
suppose
another
so.
spirit.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
Which makes it possible that let's say great grandma has been reborn again, and that's her soul, but you can contact her because you're actually contacting her spirit. Is
Yes,
that
that's correct. Yes. Yes, that's
Oh.
correct. When my granddad passed away in 2010 and my son was born in 2012, and my granddad always did say, I'll come back if I can, in a very humorous way. But he only said it to me because obviously nobody else in the family would link to that or connect with that. And one of the things my granddad did was grunt when he was annoyed. So he'd go, kind of thing. When he was annoyed at something, he would grunt. Okay. And when my son was born, he used to do exactly the same thing. Even now, he'll do it, and he's nearly 9 now.
Like when he was a baby, he used to do that.
Yes, well, from literally a few weeks old.
It's not an inheritary trait, that grunt.
Nobody else does it. He certainly did. He didn't know my granddad, so I don't know. There's really... also, I mean, my son is very psychic too, and he's always coming out with stuff. For instance, when he was 2, he could just about speak. He used to tell me of daddy, granddad, another granddad, that was my husband's dad. Daddy, granddad, and him used to be bad pirates on a boat, but he says it wasn't a boat like, it was a wooden boat, mummy, and we got treasure, but we were bad pirates. And it was a long time ago. Now, he didn't know what a pirate was when he was 2.
I was going to ask you about that.
He wouldn't distinguish between a wooden boat and a modern boat. So there's lots of little things that don't add up. But yeah, he's told me quite a few things about his past lives, and he's had quite a lot of past lives. I've been a courtier in Queen Elizabeth I's court, and my name was Thomas. And I've also been a child in Queen Victoria's household in Osborne House, but not her child. I was an illegitimate child of one of the servants, and I used to play with the children, the princes and the princesses. And the first time I went to Osborne House on the Isle of Wight, my husband was walking up the hallway with a map in his hand, and I was just behind him, and I said, look, if you go right down this hallway, there's a room with a massive piano in it, and if you go up the tiny stairs, there's a nursery, a beautiful round nursery, and all the cribs are set out in a row. And they were exactly as I'd said it, because I remembered I was being told as we were walking down the passageway, oh look, you've come back. and this is
Right.
this, and this is this. So I
Well,
was being
I
told.
just want to get how your mind is working, as in someone was actually talking to you with that, or you just had a feeling
Yes.
of that's where it was, but as someone's talking to you.
I hear, see, and feel, and sometimes smell spirit. Yes.
Wow.
But my greatest senses are clairsentience, which is to feel, clairaudience, which is to hear, and clairvoyance, which is to see. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So then, was that actually you in a past life going through those corridors, or was that someone telling you what was coming up as you're walking down those corridors?
I didn't. Sometimes if you question who it is,
Yeah.
and the wheres and whys and ifs and buts, etc., they go. So I never question who's with me unless
No,
I'm
but
doing a
thinking
reading
back on it
for
now.
a client. Yeah, yeah. But looking back on it now, it's just a voice. It's just
Okay,
I
so
just
you actually
hear.
heard a voice.
Yeah.
No, because
yeah,
sometimes
that's
you
right.
get that feeling like, you know, there's a piano around that corner in that room, which is a
Yeah,
very
yeah,
old piano, and you just go in, just knowing it without hearing voices or something.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
get the
you get that as well.
Clairsentience is very strong in me too, but the clairaudience it's there in my ears. It's a bit like tinnitus.
God, you wouldn't want a spirit argument going on in the background, would you? You have all these voices.
No. No. I did a reading for a client last night, and 2 days previous to that, there was a song in my head, a bit obscure, one that you've not heard of. I've certainly not heard of it for many, many years. And I told my client last night about this song, and could he resonate with it? And he went, yeah, that was my granddad's song. Yeah. So that song was with me for 2 days in my head. It's so annoying.
Oh wow! This is so fascinating.
I have a psychic development group, which only the actual Facebook group has been going for a few years, but I've since started up a membership site, and there's people on the site. It started in October, and there's people on the site whose abilities are coming through strong now.
Okay.
Literally a few months later. Yeah.
We did our first membership site.
Yes, this is
so anyone can join, or tell us a
yes, that's
bit
right.
about
Yeah.
it.
Okay. So mypsychicdevelopment.com.
Okay.
I founded this in October. We currently have around 50 members, and there are meditations and content on the site to give you a bit of a first look, if you like, into like if you've got abilities, how to recognize them, how to bring them out, etc. I also teach Reiki healing, and the reason why I've linked the two is if you are going to learn how to contact spirit, if you are going to allow them to come into your life, you need protecting. Reiki can do so much more. It's like a healing from the universe, so it does much more. But I always suggest very, very heavily that anybody wanting to develop their psychic abilities more, that they do their Reiki healing in order to protect them to the best. Yeah.
Okay. And if anyone wants a healing, can they contact you?
They can, yes. They can contact me, yes.
Okay, wonderful. And that's at your website?
You can contact me at info@mypsychicdevelopment.com if you wish.
Wonderful. I'll put the link down below for our viewers.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And I'll put your membership site there as well if people want to join the membership, which sounds wonderful.
I have another website. I have a psychic telephone line as well.
Okay.
And that's www.romanyenchantments.com. Okay. And you can contact me at Rachael@Romany reincarnation.com if you wish to contact me on that one. That's just
Okay.
and then I'll know what you want me to do. But it doesn't really matter what email you use. I'm on both.
Right.
So
Sorry, go ahead.
So Roman Enchantments is a psychic telephone service. Okay. And a lot of the psychics on there are known to me. I'm related to some of them, and we've been in business now for just over 2 years. And I started it because there were that many psychics that I knew that wanted a platform to work from. That's why I started it, and obviously I manage that.
Right. So it's like a directory of psychics, you can say.
Yes. But it's we call it a phone line service because you can call in, or you can look on the website and call in, and you can speak to a psychic. We're going to have a booking form on there soon. We're going to have email readings being set up literally within weeks. So probably by March 2021 there will be a booking form plus email. At the moment it's just telephone. Yeah.
And if someone wants a private reading with you, they can still get you through Rachel at reincarnation.com.
Yeah, they can. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, they can get
wonderful.
me there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wonderful.
And obviously with the introduction of emails soon, it's going to make it even easier
Right.
for you to get a reading. Yeah. And then it's going to be written down, which is, you know, what some people want. Some people don't want a phone call. Some people want it written down. It just depends.
That sounds really exciting. I feel like I want to jump on and have a look at the Roman Enchantment website.
It's a really nice website, really lovely website. Yes, it's been professionally done. RomanEnchantments.com. Yes. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And
it's a really lovely website.
So you do psychic read. Do you do any of the other stuff like tarot and whatever else there are?
So personally, I am a palm reader. Okay. So my great grandma Drusilla taught me how to read palms from spirit. Okay. So I was only 3 when she passed over. So she taught me from spirit. She still teaches me today. If there's a line on your palm that I don't know what it is, she will tell me. Okay. I also read tarot cards, oracle cards, crystal ball, photos, whatever, pendulum. You know, you can do lots. It's what links. It's what connects you to spirit. That's what matters. All the information is the same. All the information you get is the same, whatever tool you use. Yeah. I can do the palms for a client, and then I'll go onto the card and they say exactly the same thing.
Yeah. That's really fascinating how that is so weird.
The say reputable psychics should say more or less the same thing. When obviously, like, we have a Facebook group as well, also called Romany Enchantments, and you can get free mini readings on there. And very often one of the psychics will say something on there and I agree, or vice versa. And obviously we share customers on there as well. So most of the time, 99% of the time, you get exactly the same information if you go to a reputable psychic. Yeah.
And is the Facebook group, is that open to the public as well? Can anyone join?
Yes, it's a public group. It's Romany Enchantments. Anybody can join. Yeah.
You never know. I might ask you back on the show and ask more stuff later on.
Okay. Great. Okay.
Well, thank you very, very much.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Nice to speak to you all.
Well, what did you think about that? Where we all go afterwards. What are your thoughts on it? If you're not too familiar with all this, it might be a bit of a shock to the system. In fact, I know someone told me once that why we are entering this new era or age of spiritualism is because what people have been taught is different from what's happened. And when the soul has gone over to the other side, it is so different from what they expected. They're actually in shock and they can't cope, so to speak, on the other side with what is on the other side, which is why a lot of spirits and entities are coming down to sort of like educate us and inform us on what actually happens on the other side. So it's not so much of a shock or a scare to us, and so we can transcend a lot easier. That's what someone told me. Very interesting thought though. Apparently it was supposed to be an Indian chief that actually came down and revealed that little bit of insight. So what do you think? And if you do want to get a reading from Rachel, or a Reiki healing, or find out more about all of this from Rachel, please press the links below. I've put her contact details down below so you can find out more. And if you do want to find out about more spiritual things, like products, that is, like candles and incense, crystals, we have our affiliate link to the UK's #1 spiritual shop, the Psychic Tree. So click on the link and have a look around, and you might find something there that you like as well. And don't forget our chakra energizing t-shirts to align your chakras and your being as well. And if you like, buy me a drink. There's that link there too. So have a look at the links and have a look around. So thanks for joining us again. And as always, if you've liked this episode, found it interesting, please click the like button. And as someone else said, if you don't like it, click the dislike button, but click it twice. And if it's your first time, as I said earlier, welcome, and I've hoped you've enjoyed this episode. Please click on the subscribe so you won't miss out, and press the alarm and the notifications so you'll be notified when YouTube releases my videos. So thanks for joining us. I hope you'll join us again. And till next time, stay well and happy.